Hi there, and as always, thanks for joining in. A little bit late night video. Um, yeah, it's actually past 12 a.m. here, so still I want to record this on technically Sunday. That's why I am doing this video. So I told you I want to do more of the bodysuits, and I managed to do at least one more. The weekend was a bit filled with different stuff that I did. Like we had for I don't know, for a few years I didn't play Magic the Gathering, and yeah, just this weekend we got back to it, which was a really great experience to replay. So I didn't have that much time to do the work on the suits. So this is actually the third of the suits I initially wanted to do. I had like three that I really wanted to do that were important to me, and as of today, I'm done with that part. There's a few more I wanna make, but this will be some time. For example, I wanna also do some furniture stuff, so I have things to fill my fill rooms, so I have an actual scene and not just empty pinups, which also are cool, which also are great. I have a friend who does the backgrounds every now and then, which is really cool. And I still want to do those, but I also want to add a little bit more detail, a little bit more content to this every now and then. So yeah, probably I'm thinking about doing some stuff around in the direction next, but still do some of these suits more of the suits. Yeah, I did. I used another basis. I used one I already made. I think this is actually one of the first I made. It's a few years old at least. And you will see that at some point I have to redo a little bit of the part because the program crashed, and at this point where we are right now, I forgot to save. I was just so in the zone of doing and making stuff that I forgot to save. So when the program crashed, I had to skip back a bit, but it's actually not that problematic. Also, I did a first thing. I did a first version of it and thought, okay, well, this looks good enough. But I added a few more details, which also is part of why the video is so late in the night. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, it's a weekend of things I didn't do in a long time because I also played Shadowrun for a long time again. I think I didn't play for a year or 1.5 years at least, and year at least, and I just got back to it. Yeah, so as you can see, here is the going back to the first part. I wanted to do the double suit, like an inner part that is black and an outer part that I can either color differently or give a different opacity map, like fishnet stuff and like this. Yeah, so I had to redo it, but that's it wasn't that complicated to redo it, and it also allowed me to do the textures again. I think it actually crashed because I fiddled around with the first textures. So yeah, and then the second time the texture of the bigger suit with the shoulder strings worked much better. But it also showed me that I maybe have, or maybe that I have to sit down and do a better fishnet opacity map, because the one I currently have is not sufficient for the work I want to do. So yeah, overall it was still fun to do. Here's the second map, second thing map. So we have basically a back and a front now, which works a lot better. Yeah, and this is how it will later on look with the opacity. So basically everything that's black is gone, everything that's white will become good to see. So opacity maps work like this. You have different kinds of saturation. So you have white, which means it's fully saturated, which means you can see it in the final render, and you have the black part, which means it's completely not saturated and you don't see it in the final render. So this is the thing about the maps here, about the textures basically. This is how it works, and this is the reason why I have the why I did the map over, so I could actually see how it looks in the end, or if I have some areas where the texture gets distorted. So this is something that happens sometimes. And this is the part I did at the end. I added a few details which are on the original bodysuit. As you can see, again, I used the original name with a small typo at the beginning, but yeah, it happens and doesn't really matter, because this isn't the final name of the piece anyway. The object file, on the other hand, is the one you will see in Dash Studio, so make sure you have a proper name for the an easily identifiable name for the object file, because in the scene tree this is what you will see. You can still rename the file differently, but the object file, the name of the object file is still the one you will always see in the scene tab. I can show you next time. Just if you're interested in that, just tell me in the comments and I will make a video showing you what I mean with the different names. Yeah, adding a few more details like this triangle thing. I was thinking about, hey, do I want to wrap the piece really around the triangle, but I was like, okay, no, this is a small detail. Usually you don't see it that good in the render anyway, because it's small and you have a distance to the figure, because you're not right on it, because you usually try to have the whole figure in the render, not just a part of it. So I just thought, okay, no, it's just clipping into it, and this is it, because nobody will see the difference, but you know it now. But you will see in the end at the render in a few minutes in a minute that you can't really see it anyway. Yeah, as you can see, I used symmetry again. This is basically the main tool to use in parts like this. Yeah, and that's it for today. Again, as usual, I hope you're all okay. I would love to hear from you, to know you're all doing well, you're all fine and healthy, and anything like that. So if you feel like it, but if you don't feel like, if you feel like it, leave me a message. But if you don't feel like it, it's fine. It's okay. I get it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with me. I know it's always a little bit different with my videos, and that's the final render. And see you guys around.